Hi folks, Lee Gettess here with the Market Sense for the week of May 13th, 2014. The charts we're going to look at come from the Trade Navigator software, and we have a weekly bond market chart here, which as you can see has been pretty steadily in an uptrend. This week they've come down and found support in the 135.10 area right at the middle moving average, and they seem to be on their way back up. 136.05, they're not far away from that upper moving average, but the previous swing up here is 136.22, and the Keltner channel's up 137.04. I think those are certainly reasonable targets this week, and the trend's up. They could go almost anywhere. By the same token, they could drop all the way back down to 134.08, which is the lower moving average here, and that would still be well above the previous swing high and still maintain that uptrend. I just like the fact that nobody likes bonds because they keep going up as long as nobody likes them, and I think that's the wave until further notice. They're going to have to break something before that changes. Stocks have a much more different situation here, and they're a little bit frustrating to me personally, and here's why. They have gone above the resistance here and actually made new all-time highs. But there's no enthusiasm. They've actually had a day and a half now to be above those all-time highs, and there's no explosion, there's no acceleration, there's no stop-loss buying, there's nothing driving them higher. They're also not failing. They haven't, popped through there and just took a quick pop and turned around yet either. So that's kind of frustrating. I mean, I think they're going to make a move at some point, and we have both PPI and CPI this week that could be drivers for them. But they're not really cluing us into what they want to do. There's a lack of volume, a lack of volatility, and they're just sort of sitting at new highs, not doing much, which is pretty unusual for a market making new highs. You'd have to think the 1900 level would be a fairly obvious upside target, and the upper Keltner band's up around 1913. Both of those are reasonable targets. What I think this is either a marginal new high that will fail, and when it fails, we may not see it again this year, or all of these last few weeks here of sideways is a base, and they're going to go up for a good portion of the summer, at least deep into the summer. I think one of those two things is true. They're just not really telling us which it is yet. So that's what we've got for you today. Hope you can find something profitable to get yourself into. Thanks for checking in to see what we think.